Kremlin has delivered a sharp rebuke to the Trump administration over its latest Ukraine strategy. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov accused the White House of fundamentally misunderstanding the conflict, saying Washington was wrong to believe that more military pressure on Russia could produce peace. Instead, Moscow warned that such an approach would only prolong the war and force Russia to expand its security buffer zone.
Rather, we see some misunderstandings in the administration of the White House. Misunderstandings regarding the fact that escalation and military pressure can contribute to a peaceful settlement. This is a wrong judgment.
Peskov said every new Ukrainian strike on Russian territory, backed by Western military support, would only strengthen Moscow's resolve. He warned that continued escalation would leave Russia with no option but to push its forces farther to create a wider security zone.
I would like to remind you of President Putin's statement that the more the Kyiv regime attacks our infrastructure, the more we will have to create a security zone. Therefore, further escalation may prolong the special military operation. We will have to create a larger security zone, a larger buffer zone.
The Kremlin's remarks came after President Donald Trump unveiled what could be his most ambitious Ukraine policy yet at the NATO summit in Ankara. Standing alongside President Volodymyr Zelensky, Trump proposed licensing Patriot missile production, expanding defense cooperation, and strengthening Ukraine's long-term security. He also revealed that Washington was considering buying Ukrainian-made drones.
So one of the things we're going to be talking about is we're going to give a license to you to make Patriots. That's pretty cool, right? This way you can't complain that we're not giving them enough. I say, make them yourself. We haven't informed the company of that yet, but that'll work out all right. You know, I'm sure they'll be thrilled. But you know, they'll be able to do it. You'll be able to figure that out. Most countries couldn't do that. Yeah. If I said that to most countries, they wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But this is a very ingenious group, and what I like about that, it's a defensive situation as opposed to an offensive.
Trump also praised Ukraine's wartime innovation, saying the country had developed an extraordinary ability to manufacture drones even under constant attack. He maintained that stronger defensive capabilities could help end the war, and insisted both Vladimir Putin and Volodymyr Zelensky wanted a negotiated settlement.
We buy their drones, and we make drones. We make great drones, but they have an ability to make a lot of them, which is, right, Marco, amazing that in a war situation they make them. They make them in basements. They make them wherever the hell you have a little shelter, even if you don't have shelter, I suspect, right? It's an amazing ability. Very few. Well, that's why I say with the Patriots, they would be able to do it. Most countries would not be able. They don't have the talent. You have very talented people. So, yeah, I think we're going to make that deal.
Responding to Trump's broader security proposals, Peskov warned that any move to close Ukrainian skies or introduce a NATO military role inside Ukraine would cross one of Moscow's core red lines. He said that was precisely the scenario Russia claimed it launched its military operation.
This is a new statement. Previously, no one discussed the topic of closing the sky. In any case, the point will be that the armed forces of NATO will work on the territory of Ukraine. This is exactly what the special military operation is carried out against.
Despite the unusually blunt criticism, the Kremlin stopped short of attacking Trump directly. Peskov acknowledged that while Washington continued supplying weapons to Ukraine, it still appeared genuinely interested in finding a diplomatic solution. He said Moscow welcomed those efforts and stressed that President Vladimir Putin remained open to direct dialogue with his American counterpart. even as both sides publicly clash over the future course of the war.